Why North Korea is quietly watching the Iran-Israel conflict. 3 North Korean satellites have recently adjusted orbit, just days after tensions exploded between Israel and Iran. No official explanation, no press conference, just silence. But in Pyongyang, silence is never accidental. Timeline plus geography. The satellites were repositioned on June 17, 18, and 20, almost in sync with the Israeli airstrikes on key Iranian facilities. The orbits were shifted subtly, barely detectable to commercial trackers. But the timing didn't go unnoticed. What's going on? North Korea claims they were calibrating sensors. That might be true, but those sensors are dual-use, designed for both weather tracking and battlefield imaging, which raises a simple but dangerous question. Who are they watching? Iran? Israel? Or the United States? What does North Korea want? For years, Pyongyang has sold missile tech, guidance systems, and even submarine schematics to Iran. Quietly, indirectly, often through front companies in Malaysia and Syria. A war in the Middle East? That's not just news for North Korea, it's an opportunity. What a long war means. If the Iran-Israel conflict drags on, and especially if the US gets pulled in, North Korea gains breathing space. More sanctions relief through backdoors. More chances to test weapons without Western focus. And most critically, a world too distracted to stop them. History never repeats, but it rhymes. In 2003, while America was busy with Iraq, Pyongyang quietly left the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. In 2017, while Trump focused on Syria, North Korea tested its first ICBM. Every time the US looks away, North Korea moves. Covert leverage. Intelligence leaks suggest that North Korean technicians have recently been spotted in Iranian missile facilities. Not officially, not confirmed, but the whispers are growing louder. Are they just advisors? Or are they calibrating new systems, maybe even ones headed for Hezbollah? Iran gains help, but loses control. If Pyongyang ramps up covert support, Iran's missile capabilities improve, but at a price. North Korea doesn't help for free. It trades in influence, in loyalty, in long-term leverage. And once embedded, it rarely leaves. Why this matters to the U.S. The Pentagon knows this. Every dollar spent in the Gulf means fewer assets watching the Korean Peninsula. And if things spiral out of control, Washington could find itself pulled into 2 simultaneous flashpoints. Again, a 3-front Cold War. Imagine this. Israel versus Iran in the Middle East. NATO versus Russia in Ukraine. And suddenly, Japan and South Korea go on high alert because North Korea tests a new weapon under the radar of global attention. Time and distraction. North Korea doesn't need to launch a war. It just needs time. Time to test, to stockpile, to prepare. A distracted America is its best-case scenario, because Washington can't chase every fire at once. The quiet game. So while the world watches missiles fly in the Middle East, and oil prices spike, and alliances get tested, North Korea watches too. Patiently, silently, and perhaps strategically.